That night was not ordinary. Rain was lightly washing the streets, and the city slept in silence. Outside the police station, a young man stood quietly, handcuffs on his wrists, fear in his eyes, and a single question in his heart. What crime did I actually commit? His name was Ahmed, an ordinary night guard, living a life of long shifts, low salary, and silent routine. But in that silence, one night, he saw something he should never have witnessed. And that truth became his biggest crime. Because sometimes, punishment is not for doing wrong, but simply for seeing the truth. Ahmed was on night duty when he noticed a car stopping nearby. A powerful politician stepped out, accompanied by his driver. Voices escalated into an argument. Tension filled the empty street. And then, a gunshot rang through the night. The driver collapsed to the ground. Ahmed's body froze. He could scream. He could run. He could close his eyes. But he did none of those things. He saw everything. And once the truth enters your eyes, it never leaves your soul. Ahmed stood there, trembling, realizing that this night would change his entire life. He had witnessed a crime, and in a world where the powerful lie, witnessing the truth could become a curse. The next morning, every news channel flashed the same headline. Driver commits suicide over personal dispute. Ahmed knew it was a lie. His conscience burned like fire. He couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. The world believed a story that wasn't true. Finally, he made a decision. He went to the police station and told the entire truth. The officer smiled faintly and said, "You've made a very big decision, son." Ahmed felt a small flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, justice would be served. But that same evening, a murder case was filed against him. He realized then, in a system ruled by lies, truth can make the innocent guilty. Investigations began, but only on paper. Witnesses disappeared. CCTV cameras malfunctioned. Important records vanished. Ahmed stood silently in the courtroom, his hands trembling slightly. Every eye seemed to judge him. Yet the real criminals walked free. His lawyer whispered softly, "If you confess, you might save your life." Ahmed shook his head. "But I am innocent." The judge's gavel struck the desk, and the verdict was announced. Life imprisonment. His mother's cries echoed through the courtroom. But the system remained unmoved. Justice was dead, and an innocent man had become a living corpse. Years passed. Ahmed remained in prison, serving time for a crime he never committed. The real killer lived freely, laughing at the system that failed everyone. Then one day, the politician who caused all this died in an accident. After that, a former employee came forward with hidden recordings that revealed the whole truth. The case was reopened. Ahmed was finally proven innocent. The prison gates opened, but the man who walked out was not the same man who had entered years ago. His hair had turned gray. His eyes were empty. His voice carried the weight of all he had suffered. A journalist asked him, "Do you feel justice was served?" Ahmed replied softly, "Yes, but not on time." Final message. This is not just Ahmed's story. It is the story of every person who witnesses the truth, only to be crushed by a system that protects the powerful. Sometimes, seeing the truth becomes a greater crime than committing one. If you were moved by Ahmed's story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more true dark reality stories.